Picture a life where your mornings begin with a sense of calm. Your home is a sanctuary of simplicity, and your heart feels light, unburdened by the weight of endless striving. In a world that glorifies hustle, where your inbox overflows, your closets burst with unworn clothes, and the pressure to keep up with the Joneses steals your joy. This kind of happiness might feel like a fantasy. You rush from task to task, buy things hoping they'll fill a void, and chase goals that leave you exhausted, yet somehow unfulfilled. But what if the secret to lasting happiness lies not in having more, but in embracing less? Japanese minimalism, with its profound philosophies like Wabi-sabi, Danshari, Ikigai, and Mindfulness, offers a path to a simpler, more intentional, and deeply joyful life. Unlike the American dream, which often equates happiness with accumulation and achievement, Japanese minimalists find contentment in quality, presence, and purpose. Today, I'm going to guide you through the truth behind their happiness, revealing 5 key principles: Wabi-sabi, Danshari, Ikigai, and Mindfulness, and showing you how to apply them to transform your life from one of overwhelm to one of clarity and fulfillment. Let's walk this path together, gently and thoughtfully, as you discover how to cultivate a happiness that's rooted in simplicity and meaning. Happiness is something we all chase, but in America, it's often tied to external markers: bigger houses, fancier cars, busier schedules. You might feel the pressure to work harder, earn more, and fill your life with possessions and accolades, only to find that the more you have, the less satisfied you feel. Your home is cluttered with things you rarely use. Your calendar is packed with obligations that drain you, and your mind is tangled in stress, comparison, and the fear of falling behind. This constant pursuit of more fuels anxiety, disconnection, and a nagging sense that happiness is always just out of reach. Japanese minimalism offers a radically different approach, one that's less about achieving and more about being, less about accumulating and more about appreciating. Rooted in centuries-old wisdom, it draws from concepts like Wabi-sabi, embracing imperfection, Danshari, letting go of what no longer serves, Ikigai, finding purpose, valuing empty space, and Mindfulness, living in the present. These principles help Japanese minimalists cultivate a happiness that's internal, sustainable, and resilient, even in a fast-paced world. By adopting these ideas, you can shift your life towards simplicity, intention, and joy, addressing the overwhelm, consumerism, and lack of purpose that so many Americans face. Let's start with Wabi-sabi, the art of finding beauty in imperfection and impermanence. In Japan, Wabi-sabi is a worldview that celebrates the incomplete, the weathered, the authentic. Think of a cracked ceramic bowl, its fractures mended with gold, or a faded kimono cherished for its soft patina. In America, you're often taught to chase perfection, a flawless Instagram aesthetic, a spotless career trajectory, a body that defies aging. This pursuit is exhausting, isn't it? It feeds a cycle of self-criticism, where you're never thin enough, successful enough, or organized enough, leaving happiness just beyond your grasp. Wabi-sabi offers a gentle antidote. It invites you to embrace your imperfections as part of your unique beauty. The cluttered desk that shows you're creating. The laugh lines that mark years of joy. The mistakes that shape your growth. By accepting imperfection, you release the pressure to be flawless, which fosters a deep, quiet happiness rooted in self-acceptance. Imagine looking at a worn pair of shoes and smiling at the adventures they've carried you through, or forgiving yourself for a failed project, seeing it as a step toward wisdom. Wabi-sabi also cultivates gratitude, helping you find joy in what you have rather than longing for what you don't. Try this today. Find one imperfect thing in your life, a chipped mug, a messy room, or a personal flaw like procrastination. Write down its story. How does it reflect your journey? How is it beautiful? This small act shifts your perspective, replacing comparison with contentment and opening your heart to happiness. Next, let's explore Danshari, the art of decluttering your physical, mental, and emotional spaces. Danshari comes from 3 Japanese characters: refuse, dispose, and separate, forming a holistic approach to letting go of what no longer serves you. In America, consumerism is king. You're bombarded with messages to buy more, upgrade often, and fill your life with stuff. Your home might be packed with clothes you don't wear, gadgets you don't use, or decor you bought on impulse, each item adding to a sense of chaos. Your schedule is crammed with commitments you resent, and your mind is cluttered with worries, grudges, or the pressure to keep up. This excess breeds stress, making happiness feel elusive. Danshari invites you to reclaim clarity by asking, do I need this? Do I love it? Does it align with who I am now? Picture sorting through a closet, keeping only the clothes that spark joy and fit your life. Now, apply that to your calendar. Are you saying yes out of guilt? Or to your thoughts? Are you holding on to self-doubt that weighs you down? Danshari isn't about living with nothing. It's about living with intention. Physically, a decluttered space reduces visual noise, creating a calming environment that nurtures joy. Mentally, letting go of obligations frees energy for what matters. Emotionally, releasing toxic ties or limiting beliefs opens your heart to connection and self-love. Start with a 15-minute Danshari session. Choose one category, like books or emails, and let go of what's unnecessary. Then, release one mental burden. Write down a worry, like, I'm not enough, and reframe it, I'm growing. Notice the lightness that emerges. Danshari fosters happiness by creating a life where every choice reflects your values, dissolving the chaos that clouds your joy. The third principle is Ikigai, your reason for being. In Japan, particularly in Okinawa, Ikigai is the sweet spot where what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for intersect. It's the spark that gives your days meaning, the quiet joy of living with purpose. In America, happiness is often tied to external success, promotions, wealth, status, which can leave you feeling empty if those goals don't align with your soul. You might chase a high-paying job that bores you, seek validation through social media likes, or wonder, is this all there is? Ikigai offers a compass to navigate this drift, helping you find joy in the everyday. It doesn't demand a career change or a move to the mountains. It asks you to weave purpose into your current life. Maybe you love cooking and are skilled at it. Could you host a dinner for friends fostering connection? Or you're a natural organizer. Could you volunteer to streamline a community project? Discovering your Ikigai takes reflection. What makes you lose track of time? What do others praise you for? Write down your answers and look for patterns. Then, experiment. Try one purposeful act, like teaching a skill or donating to a cause you care about. Ikigai brings happiness by anchoring you in meaning, making even mundane days feel rich. Start small. Journal for 5 minutes about what brings you joy and how you might share it. Over time, Ikigai aligns your life with your values, replacing emptiness with fulfillment and nurturing a resilient, lasting happiness. The fourth principle is Ma, the art of embracing empty space. In Japanese aesthetics, Ma is the pause between musical notes, the gap in a painting, the silence that gives meaning to what surrounds it. It's not absence, but presence. A deliberate choice to let emptiness enhance beauty. Picture a Zen garden, a few rocks in a sea of gravel, the space making the rocks profound. In America, you're taught to fill every moment. Work, errands, scrolling, leaving no room for reflection or joy. Your home is packed with stuff, your schedule with tasks, your mind with noise, creating a sense of overwhelm that stifles happiness. Ma invites you to create space, physically, by clearing a shelf and leaving it bare, temporally, by pausing for 5 minutes with no phone, emotionally, by letting go of the need to be on all the time. This space becomes a sanctuary where joy can flourish. Imagine a bare countertop, its emptiness calming your mind, or a quiet moment where you notice the rhythm of your breath. Ma fosters happiness by reducing sensory overload, creating room for creativity, rest, and connection. Try this. Declutter one small area, like a desk, and keep it empty except for one meaningful item, like a candle. Then, carve out a daily Ma moment, 3 minutes of stillness. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back. Ma also curbs mindless consumption, saving money and supporting sustainability, which eases financial stress and aligns with a joyful, intentional life. Over time, Ma transforms your environment into a haven where happiness can take root. The fifth principle is mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in each moment. In Japanese culture, mindfulness is woven into daily life. Savoring the taste of rice, feeling the texture of a tatami mat, listening deeply to a friend. It's the opposite of the American tendency to multitask or live on autopilot, which disconnects you from the present and clouds your joy. Mindfulness grounds you in the now, where happiness lives. It complements minimalism by helping you make intentional choices. You buy less because you're aware of what you need. You stress less because you're present with what is. Imagine pausing to notice the warmth of your tea, the sound of birds, or the softness of your sweater. These moments create a mental pause, fostering gratitude and calm. Mindfulness also deepens relationships as you listen fully rather than half distracted, nurturing connection, a key source of happiness. Try this. For one day, pause before each action, eating, working, scrolling, and ask, why am I doing this? Is it intentional? If mindfulness feels hard, Start with one mindful moment daily. Eat a bite of food slowly, noticing its flavor. Over time, mindfulness becomes a habit, amplifying the joy of every minimalist principle. These 5 principles, Wabi-sabi, Danshari, Ikigai, Ma, and mindfulness, work together to cultivate a happiness that's deeper and more enduring than the fleeting highs of consumerism or achievement. Unlike the American tendency to chase external validation, Japanese minimalists find joy within through simplicity and intention. Let's see this in action through a story. Meet Sarah, a 40-year-old marketing manager in Chicago, overwhelmed and unhappy. Her apartment is cluttered with impulse buys. Her schedule is packed with work and social events, and she feels disconnected from joy. Inspired by Japanese minimalism, Sarah starts small. She embraces Wabi-sabi, keeping a scratched dining table for its memories of family dinners, letting go of the need for a perfect home. Danshari helps her donate unworn clothes and decline draining commitments, creating mental clarity. She explores Ikigai, realizing her love for writing and knack for storytelling could be shared through a blog, bringing her purpose. Ma transforms her space. She clears a shelf, leaving it bare, and pauses for 5 minutes daily, feeling her stress melt. Mindfulness ties it together. She savors her morning coffee, fully present. Over months, Sarah's happiness grows. Her home feels serene, and her life feels intentional. She still has busy days, but they're infused with joy, purpose, and simplicity. Contrast this with a typical American approach. Imagine waking to a blaring alarm, tripping over clutter, and rushing through a day of meetings, errands, and scrolling. You buy a new gadget, hoping it'll spark joy, only to feel more trapped. You chase promotions, but they don't fulfill you. By evening, you're too frazzled to connect with loved ones, so you zone out, feeling empty. Now, picture a minimalist day. You wake gently, sip tea in a tidy space, and move through a streamlined schedule with pauses for reflection. You find joy in a quiet walk, a kind word, a task done with care. The difference is clear. One life chases happiness through excess. The other cultivates it through simplicity and presence. How do you start when life feels overwhelming? Here's a practical plan designed for busy schedules. First, practice Wabi-sabi. Write about one imperfection you've judged, like a messy desk or social awkwardness, and reframe it as beautiful. Second, try Danshari. Spend 15 minutes decluttering one category, like papers. Then release one mental burden, like comparison to others. Third, explore Ikigai. Journal for 5 minutes about what you love and how to share it, like volunteering a skill. Fourth, cultivate Ma. Clear a small space, like a counter, and pause for 3 minutes daily, focusing on your breath. Fifth, practice mindfulness. Do one task with full presence, like washing dishes, noticing the water's warmth. Set a daily reminder for these actions for 2 weeks, tracking how you feel. If you face challenges, attachment to clutter, guilt over saying no, or restlessness and stillness, ask, what's the smallest step I can take? Maybe it's letting go of one item or breathing deeply for 30 seconds. These micro actions, rooted in Japanese wisdom, will gradually nurture your happiness. challenges may arise. Decluttering can stir emotions. If you cling to sentimental items, take photos to preserve memories, then let go. Empty space might feel unsettling. Start with a small area and add one cherished item. Mindfulness can be tough with a busy mind. Begin with 10 seconds of focus, building up. If you feel you're not minimalist enough, remember, this isn't about rules but intention. Your home can have color. Your life can have fullness. Just make it purposeful. As you embrace these principles, your home will become a sanctuary, reducing visual chaos. Your schedule will have breathing room, easing stress. You'll spend less, alleviating financial anxiety, and connect more deeply with others by prioritizing quality time. Your body will relax, your mind will quiet, and you'll find joy in small moments. A warm mug, a shared laugh, a moment of presence. This is the truth of Japanese minimalism. Not emptiness, but abundance through what's essential. What's stirring in you now? A spark of hope, a curiosity to try one principle, or a flicker of doubt? That's okay. This journey meets you where you are, asking only for one small step. Imagine your life a year from now, spacious, intentional, alive with joy. Picture a morning where you wake with ease, your space clear, your heart full. This path is yours, leading to a happiness that's deep, resilient, and true. What will your first step be? Your first step be? Your first step be?